All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division and the 168-pound division at the same time, where Terence Crawford and Terence Crawford's fans are saying that Terence is now the face of boxing after having beaten Canelo Alvarez. I am here to tell you that that is not the case, and that will not be the case. The face of boxing is Gervonta Davis at this point, and nothing has changed with Terence Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez, and that is history speaking to you and logic speaking to you. Hard truths, but truth nonetheless. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, gonna have to set some people straight on some conversations going on in the boxing world. Want to add to this conversation that Terence Crawford is now the face of boxing because he beat Canelo Alvarez, or that we are in the Terence Crawford era of boxing because he beat Canelo Alvarez and proved without a doubt that he is the best fighter in the world. Now, notice I said that. He proved without a doubt that he is the best fighter in the world, in my opinion. Obviously, there's Alexander Usyk, but hey, Terence Crawford's done it at multiple different weight divisions. The reason that they do the whole pound for pound thing, it was meant for people in the middleweight classes. It was not meant for heavyweights because heavyweights really don't have a weight class, right? You can't say Terence fought somebody that was a lot bigger than him, and that makes him better when Alexander Usyk beat Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, who were significantly bigger than him, significantly taller than him, but he was still able to do it. But guess what Alexander Usyk is not? Alexander Usyk is not the face of boxing. Canelo Alvarez was the face of boxing, right? He lost to Dimitri Bivol. Did that make Dimitri Bivol the face of boxing? No, it didn't. It gave Dimitri Bivol a boost. Yes, it did. In his name recognition. He is now an undisputed champion at the weight class above at 175. Again, is he the face of boxing? No, he's not the face of boxing. What was he? He was an opponent that won. That's what he was. He was an opponent that won. In the case of Terence Crawford against Errol Spence, he was an opponent that won. Against Canelo, he's an opponent that won. That does not make you the face of boxing. In fact, with Terence Crawford, it is a situation that I'm incredibly happy because I am such an anti-Turki Al-Sheikh guy. Because now Turki Al-Sheikh actually has to find a way to try to sell Terence Crawford, which is something nobody has found a way to do. Until Terence Crawford holds his own fight card and has a huge fight as the A side of a card, that is when he will be considered the face of boxing. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was the A side in that fight to Manny Pacquiao, and he won. He was the B side to Oscar De La Hoya. When he beat Oscar De La Hoya, did that necessarily make him the face of boxing when he beat Oscar De La Hoya? No. He became the face of boxing as he gradually beat more and more people. As he beat I think did he beat Ricky Hatton after? I think he might have beat Ricky Hatton before that. But when he beat Shane Mosley and he beat several people, eventually he became the face of boxing. But when he beat Canelo, he was, when he beat Oscar De La Hoya, he was the opponent that won. Then he got his own network and people got behind Floyd and they supported Floyd. So as of right now, no, Terence Crawford is not the face of boxing because Terence Crawford has never been the A side on a major pay-per-view event yet. But he did overcome in both scenarios. So now is the time, and hopefully he will be. But don't expect it because Turki Al-Sheikh is not going to try to build him like that. Watch what he does with Canelo Alvarez and how he tries to rebuild Canelo Alvarez. Watch how he tries to maneuver Terence Crawford into fights that Terence Crawford has a chance to lose. Specifically, the first time Canelo Alvarez comes out, Turki Al-Sheikh comes out and says anything after the fight with Terence and Canelo, he says, what about David Benavidez? David Benavidez is obviously somebody that Terence Crawford does not want to fight because the guy is so huge. With Canelo and Terence, apparently they're around the same size by whatever mechanisms got Terence to be that size. Because I'm going to tell you, Terence didn't look anything like what he looks like right now 3 years ago. No way. That's not the same guy. If you look at the two, the way their head is shit, the head, everything, it's just completely different. But he, regardless, whatever it is, Snack, Victor Conti that got him to this size, bro, that is different than somebody as big as David Benavidez. So, but if he beats David Benavidez, then boom, he should have all the support in the world. And I suppose that after his fight with Canelo Alvarez, his support should be a lot bigger. It was seen on Netflix, so a lot of people saw it. So I hope that that's the case. But as of right now, that's not the case. As of right now, if anybody it is Gervonta Davis, because Gervonta Davis has proven that he has his own unique fan base that will support him no matter what he does in a fight. And his fights do well, even though he may be fighting guys that don't have any name recognition at all. But again, Terence Crawford probably should be the face of boxing. If you want to talk about it from the point of view of what should be, absolutely, Terence Crawford deserves to be what everybody looks at and says, hey, man, this is the best that there is in the sport of boxing. This is what the sport of boxing is about. However, do not count, and I mean it, do not count on Turki Al-Sheikh, Eddie Hearn, and those guys really trying to make Terence Crawford the pinnacle of the sports world. He's 38 years old. He's at the end of his career. There's only so many people that you can sell him to. And it's just not going to work for those guys. And on top of it, they really, I promise you, specifically Turki Al-Sheikh, wanted him to lose to Canelo so that they could have Canelo and allow Canelo, right, to fight somebody like Hamad Shiraz. And then Hamad Shiraz can beat Hamad Shiraz can beat Canelo Alvarez. But doesn't that blow the plan? Because you could sell Canelo versus Hamad Shiraz. How are you going to sell Terence Crawford versus Hamad Shiraz? How are you going to justify Hamad Shiraz fighting Terence Crawford off of that? You're not going to see it. You're not going to get it. Okay. But anyway, it is what it is. For sure. I'm super happy that Terence Crawford won this fight. Super happy that Terence Crawford won this fight. And for this reason, that is why I was saying the entire time, I really want Terence Crawford to win this fight. On top of him, of the Mexican Black American boxing rivalry, I'm not going for the Mexican over the Black American while we're in the middle of this Black Mexican boxing rivalry. Now I'm a ride with my people, have all kind of respect for Canelo Alvarez, love Canelo Alvarez as a fighter for real. He hasn't always given me the fights that I want to see, but I enjoy seeing him fight. But I am super happy that Terence Crawford won, just so I can see the dishevelment that's going to be taking place within TKO and Turki Al-Sheikh in rehab season to try to rebuild that, because it's another star that went down. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez. Who's next? Who's the next big star to get there? They're the best in the world to get broke down. They're trying to give Moses Atumwa to Alexander Usyk because Alexander Usyk did so much damage. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.